Here I am, Beefcake McJag, also known as Cody Cat. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Look at how beefy I am! We should go kill some bosses. I'm gonna run around and kill a couple bosses today while talking about, I don't know, random stuff, because, you know, that is my dealio. Sometimes I'm a cat and I just run around, I'm like, hey, look at my butt. Butt acquired. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go get the Rite of Kindling, because I like going in there, and that area is slightly more challenging because I have to roll around to the proper areas and things like that. And that's important. I gotta tell you though, like my big meaty ass is kind of distracting. Like I look at it and I go, oh, hello, and then I realize, oh wait, that's me. But if I look like that, with that kind of butt in the mirror, I would go, oh, is that my posterior? Oh, silly. Silly, silly, silly. Let's see. Hello, would you like to explode? Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that. Don't worry, he's gonna revive. Do do do. Whoop. I'm just gonna do this, don't mind me. You can't see me, it's fine. You can't see me, it's fine. Oopsie. Hello, sir. Oops, wrong one. See, you gotta kill these necromancer type guys, otherwise they have a surprise for you, which is that the skeletons just come back forever. And this you do so that you can continue moving forward. Let's see here. Legs. Do I have... Well, here, let's see. Okay, no, I'm still good for rolling. I got that Havel key. So what we're going to do is we're going to kindle, since we have an extra humanity, so why not? Why not keep it so that we are always at 10? 10 is good by default. Don't really probably need to do that on this one, but I do it, you know, just in case. Look at all the little bugs. They barely have a texture. They don't need to have a texture. That's one of the wonders of nature. Hello? Okay, dude, it's right in front of you, and you're just like, hello. I don't want to target him. What if? It's always funny to me that they always look like they kind of pat their skull back into place. Which, hey, I guess if you need to put your skull into place. Actually, do I have a bow? Because I could just shoot the guy a bunch. I guess I don't. Don't really need a bow, though. Oop. Hey, excuse me. Sir. It's okay if I die right here. I'm kind of just gonna take out this necromancer so that I can... What? I'm not even 100... Ah, gotcha! Get owned, scrub! Gib. Oh, thank you for the skull lantern. Well. Oh, man. There we go. Cool. So that's taken care of. You know, something that's interesting is for some reason there's just bugs moving around this whole place. I guess they're like related to the needlemen. But you know what's kind of interesting is that there's cracks for them to come from in all these places, and I almost wonder like if people made those for them. I mean, that would be very nice if they did. Appreciate it, really. Yeah, killing the necromancers makes this whole area much, much less of a pain in the butt to deal with. Still a little bit of a pain if you forget where all the skeletons are. And sometimes I do. It's been a little while since I came through this area, so there's a couple of scaringtons. Excuse me. Oh. Man. My timing is just kind of doing bad. You know what? I think we're okay. Yeah, we're okay. The thing with this game is that a lot of it is really down to how good you are at timing your, especially with like a weapon like this. So with this right-hander, a lot of it is just timing. You just need to make sure that you're swinging at the right time. And, you know, in a lot of cases, like for instance this, I'm one-hitting most of the skeletons when I do it right. So it's not a particularly big deal. And because they have to do this animation where they spawn, basically, they're pretty easy to deal with. But once again, if you forget how many there are or something like that, or you time it poorly, you know, bad things can happen. And then the next thing you know, you're some of these bones. Although this is kind of weird because that looks like two skulls there's three skulls in the bottom one, so I guess they're like sharing bodies in these spaces, which just seems a little weird. But I mean, hey, I don't know, I guess you could. Do you want to be buried in the same spot as your grandpa? Oh, it's not one. Thank you for that. You have to be a little careful, just because I don't want to die a bunch. But I mean, oh my goodness. I forgot that man can reach me from over there. But it's okay. For the most part, a lot of these skeletons do, if you just, at least at some of the parts in this, if you run at the right time, you can kind of just, like, do that. Like, roll past them, or they'll fall into the pit. So it's not a terribly big deal. I think this one... Yeah, this one will still revive. You can tell because he has his eyeballs. Hey, Patches. What is this? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's another soul. Don't really need that right this second, but, you know. Oh, I thought that would be fine. Whatever. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Whoop. Oh, you... butt munch. And then if you... There's a little bonfire right here. The only problem with if I use this now is because I jumped down here instead of getting the thing. I think that might actually cause me some problems. Here's some Patches. He's gonna get me killed anyway. So what you know what I might do is I might just let myself get killed. Because the only problem with this, like, I'll show you, see, because I rolled down here, there's no passage to get back. It is kind of funny, sometimes they'll jump down here. I can't remember how far you go. Ah. But you can also do this, which is kind of cool. And then you can come over here and press the thingy. So if you do it right, you're good to go, either way. You just gotta pay attention. It's one of the really kind of cool things about this whole, like I said, Dark Souls 1 is just real cool for, you know, I think that, did the necromancer walk himself down? I think he fell down the... Huh. I don't think they're really supposed to do that, but it's fine. Yeah, I think the necromancer accidentally threw himself down there, which is kind of funny. For the most part, the NPCs in this are pretty good, but some of them are a little dumb. A little dumb. Some of them are real dumb. Really, real dumb. You know what, I'm just gonna go down here and I'm just gonna kindle it, and it means that when I want to come back, I gotta go through a little bit more of a journey, but that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. And I got some souls, so may as well level up a little bit. Kindle. And of course, the reason we're going down here first, well, kind of first, is that we're trying to, I want to get a little bit more health and a little bit more endurance. There we go. Endurance is always good. Gonna need that later when I start to actually wear armor and stuff like that. And then Patches here, you might say, oh, this man looks unassuming. Doesn't he, though? Thanks. I'm pretty sure he only does this once, if I remember correctly. I guess we'll see. He gave me a soul and he apologized, so he's like, you can kill him, but I mean, it's not really any reason to kill him other than he's kind of a douche nozzle. Oh, you dick. Oh, and the way I'm doing this skips a fairly decent portion of this area because it's like, if you don't have to go through it, why would you? And we get over here to Paladin Leroy, who has, I think, some of the cool... I really like his armor. I think it looks really cool, and I wish I could get some Space Marines that had like a similar helmet to that. I bet if I did some work, I could get something kind of similar. Try not to drop too much. See, these things right here are a pain in the butt. But honestly, not like the worst ever, especially. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Especially if you know how to avoid them. You know, I'm just gonna heal up before. Actually, you know, I'll heal up once we actually go through here because, also, heavy armor in this game actually makes you slow, which is why Paladin Leroy is so heavy. I mean, I'm sorry, so slow. But, yeah, this is one of the bosses that is, like... Actually, it's... A large part of how easy or not this boss is kind of just how aggressive you decide to be. Oh, dang it. I feel silly for that. Oh, you know what? I just realized because of that, I don't think I can't summon Paladin Lyra because I don't have any humanity. Oh well, that's fine. Not a big deal. I was a I was aggressive, but not quite aggressive enough. You gotta just like run in there and just like start whacking the dude. He really doesn't have very much health. Whoop. And overall, he's still a very easy boss. I don't know why I did two of those. Yeah, there you go. Jeez. I keep getting just like the tiniest little tickle in my throat. Oh my goodness. Because I had to stop to drink some water because I was getting throat goobers. I got killed by the silly skeletons. Still, you know, this is not a very difficult area. And I guess I'm glad now that I used the souls before. I guess it doesn't really matter. Getting the extra health is nice. And so is the little bit of extra endurance. Nope. Nope. Alright, that one's done. Now we're gonna run past here. So we can grab this. Oh, that really matters. Once again, only 400 souls. Whatever, dog. We'll drop down into here, and hopefully this time it should be pretty easy. I don't know why. There we go. Yeah, see? Not terribly difficult. Mask of the Mother. Humanity. Cool. You can go a little bit further in here, but it gets real dark, and I mean, at this very moment, I don't really think there's actually, I think there is some stuff in here. But you kind of gotta go through a bunch of nonsense, and until I get the nice bug. There's a bug that has like a little sunlight on his head that you can run. That makes going through that next area way easier. So instead, we're just gonna teleport back. I guess there's no reason not to level up right now. You may wonder why I'm putting so much into endurance right now. Well, mostly because I'm gonna need a bunch of endurance later on for this build. And this also makes it so that I can actually start wearing armor here soon without it just being like an utter pain and like 3 kinds of utter butts. Which is kind of nice. Let's see. And this don't really need to go in here right now. I just am... Oop. Another one. Another one bites the dust. Roll, roll, roll. I'm just gonna take this. Ring. It also helps that I get more rolls, because rolling is good. Hey, you want to roll away? I'm gonna do that right now. Dun 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 dun. Please stop shooting me. Oh my goodness. Hey, come back. Now we go this way. Now that they're all distracted up there. Dun, 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 dun. Another one. Yep, cool. Got the ring. That's the only thing I really need from in there. We'll run back. Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one rolls through here. Do 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 do. Yeah, man. Died twice in the catacombs. It's been a while since I've had that happen to me. It's part of the reason why it's nice to revisit this game after a while. You forget some of the surprises and little silly things that it has in it. It's not terribly frustrating either. I mean, I think some Souls games just have like what I might consider at least a slightly more annoying experience. I think some parts of Scholar of the First Sin, for instance, are just kind of lame. Not like necessarily the worst ever either. Not like, oh my gosh, I can't believe anybody wants to play this. Oh my gosh, so bad. But it's more just like there's parts of it that feel kind of tedious, and to me, it feels like some of it kind of drags out a little bit. And like there's parts of the game that I'm just kind of like, eh, I don't know, not super into the design. But I mean, oh, well, watch what happens if you go straight forward. Yep, stabs. If you go slightly to the side, it's fine. Hi, how you doing? Thank you. And for some reason I thought there was another one that was gonna spawn in there. Guess not. But yeah, I mean, whirling blade. Yeah, I don't know, a lot of it. I like this game in particular because everything feels just kind of ancient, and I just think that's kind of neat. You know, like everything just feels kind of like you're going in through some ancient catacombs or some like places that people just haven't been in a really long time. And it's like, in some sense, a lot of it is not even like inherently malicious. A lot of it is just like kind of the nature of decay and things like that. And I just think that's really interesting and neat. You don't really get that very much. I feel like the later games all have a kind of certain direction that doesn't lend itself to that as much. I think Dark Souls 3 has some interesting areas. Dark Souls 2 has a little bit of that going on, but everything feels... I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe. It doesn't feel quite as ancient and abandoned. It feels like more recently kind of left alone in a lot of cases to me. And like this just looks like a dilapidated... Just like naturally what a fortress after you leave it for a little while. It kind of look like a big shrine, you know. And I think that's just kind of inherently cooler. Then there's something about the Dark Souls 2 world that feels more maintained. It feels like it's much more of a place that people actually live in. And there are, I mean, but like, still live in. This feels like it's kind of ancient and abandoned, and everyone's kind of forgotten about this place. Except for, like, a few crazy goblins. I don't know. It just feels different, and I appreciate that. I think it's neat. We're gonna go back this way because I just want to kill the Taurus demon. Just cause. Just cause why not? There's also kind of a thing in a lot of Dark Souls 2 lands where they feel much more inherently hostile. Something about like this, just like the forest and stuff, doesn't feel inherently hostile. It just feels like kind of a place where stuff is, where things just kind of happen, and that's I just know, just that's just more interesting to me as like a game concept, I guess. I guess I could try to kill this guy. Whoop. You. Well, that wasn't a good start. Let's see if I can get him. That wasn't. Got blocked by the pillar. I think he's just gonna keep casting, but he's just gonna keep casting it at the same spot. Man, gotta work on my timing a little bit. Nope. I... Oh, dang it. Wait. No, I think I did drift up the thingy. The, bonfire fire link, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay. I'll try that one more time. It's been such a long time, I need to work. Should probably just play some of this in my off time, or when I'm not recording, and just get back into the groove of things, really. A little bit there, but, like, it's a little off. That might make some of the boss fights in the future a little bit challenging, which would be good, because it's been a while since they challenged me. Those chains look kind of weird when I look at them from that angle. Well, that's fine. But yeah, yeah, I just really like the level design and stuff in this. Yeah, I'll rest at this one just in case I get hit by something silly. Hello, Andre. Nope. was better. Timing is important. I'm trying not to use too many of my Estus Flasks. Yeah. Weapons in this also, I think, feel a little bit more balanced. One of the only problems that this game had was with, like, PvP, where if somebody had, like, the right weapons, they could just stun lock you into oblivion. Or they could just, like, especially if well, actually, no, it's still mostly stun locking. There's also some weapons where, like, if you combine the effects on them, you can get, like, really, really high bleed, which can be a bit of a problem. Man, this game just, like, it feels peaceful. One of the big things I really like about it, just, like, it just feels inherently, like, more nice. Which I enjoy quite a bit. Yeah, and killing the Hydra over here makes it even nicer. It is kind of interesting that, like, I guess there's just, like, a perpetual kind of, like, fog or mist over this place that makes it, feel darker. Which is kind of interesting. The other thing that's kind of interesting, or well, I keep saying interesting, but I think is kind of funny, is with the Zweihander, for instance, once you kind of get really comfortable with its length, you kind of know exactly when you can strike and all that stuff. While still being out of people's ranges and things like that. Do this just in case. You know, one of the things that I think Elden Ring added that I really believe really improves Souls-like games is actual stealth. Like, not just this. Cool, thank you. Oh boy, a ring I'll never use. Alright, let's go up there and kill the Taurus team, and we can come down and explore this a little bit later. But yeah, does it... I don't know. I kind of have... I guess part of it, too, is that I have this thing with, like, liminal spaces and, like, abandoned spaces where I personally think they feel... comforting. Ooh, top. Gotcha. But yeah, I personally think they just feel comforting, and they just feel like cool places to be, and like places that I would naturally like to visit. And like, there's something about spaces that are like, you know, kind of naturally part of like a like ruins and things like that just feel naturally very comforting to me. And like cemeteries too. It's kind of weird. Uh-huh. Anky. What? I don't even... I don't even know 100% know what hit me in the first place to stun me there, but okay. Whatever. Thanks for the humanity. There's also someone that when I first... What was that? When I first came through here, I did not talk to, so... We're gonna go talk to him real quick. Hey, buddy.
Ah, hello.
Everybody's favorite.
Far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, and now that I am undead, I have come to this. Do you find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look.
Oh, what a cool guy.
I have a proposition. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric, there's no telling how much longer your world and mine. But use this to summon one another as spirits and engage in. Of course, we are not the only ones, but I am a warrior of the sun. If you miss it, you must be.
Indeed. Ah, Solaire is such a wonderful boy. I loved Solaire. Solaire is loveded. I don't need to go this way. I'm just gonna... How many homework bones do they actually... We have a bunch. So we're just gonna go back. And then we're gonna... Because this basically just lets us cut through, like, that whole area. Which we just don't really need to go through unless you just really, really want to. Which I mean, I might after I kill the boss. I'm going to run back to the main bonfire for now. But yeah. You know, I really like going into the woods or into the mountains and just hanging out there in the calm. It's real good. Real good. So as I look at this handle, I think I need to clean it up a little bit, maybe. Repair weapons and things like that. Fresh leather and... I mean, it looks like my weapon is mostly pretty clean, actually. This one is, anyway. Some of the other ones, not so much. Alright. Tree! Friend tree. Well, okie dokie, artichoke. I hope you enjoyed this little run around with me and enjoyed listening to me babble and things like that. And I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful day and a wonderful tomorrow and a wonderful day after that and a wonderful day after that and a wonderful day after that. And then more, and then come back, and then I'll give you more days of goodness. Okay, love you, bye-bye. Also, God loves you, bye-bye. Bye. Love you, bye.